What is going on, Trash Talkers? We're back with another episode for you. In today's video, we're going to give you our predictions for the Philadelphia Eagles Tampa Bay Buccaneers wild card matchup. All that and much more coming your way right now! Hey Trash Talkers, over 85% of you are still not subscribed to the channel. Please be sure to hit that red subscribe button and turn on notifications, as it will help us create more daily content for you. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Alright Nick, another wild card matchup here to talk about, and we have the Philadelphia Eagles and the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers looking a little bit different than they did this time last year, as Antonio Brown is no longer part of this team for obvious reasons, and Chris Godwin out for the season with his knee injury. The Buccaneers are just trying to get healthy at this point, but you know, there's a lot of things to get to. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about the Buccaneers and kind of what we should expect from them?
Yeah, the Buccaneers have been through a lot this season, but Tom Brady is as steady as it gets. He's cool, calm, and collected under every situation. And it's played a major factor for the Buccaneers throughout this season. The Buccaneers, they've had their struggles on defense, on offense. On defense, we saw that secondary lose one player after another, and that just seemed to tank them terribly. They could not do a single thing, and that hurt their run defense as well. Up front, that's where they're absolutely stacked. That's where they get the pressure on the quarterback. That's where they have their big man Vita Vea, and they stop the running backs. But that just seemed to go by the wayside, and no one was able to do their job once that secondary was completely annihilated. Now everybody has started to trickle back over the last few weeks, and we're starting to see that the Buccaneers defense is starting to get back to their old ways. Vita Vea getting his big contract, really putting him as the best nose tackle in the NFL right now. He's incredible, and so is everybody else on this defense. Now we see their number one corner coming back, Sean Murphy-Bunting. That is an incredible asset to go up against Devonta Smith, who just set an Eagles receiving record for a rookie. That's what you need to go up against this guy. When you're facing one of the best run teams in the league, you need one of the best run defenses in the league. The Buccaneers defense under Todd Bowles are going to be fully ready to go for this game. And as for the offense, Tom Brady's under center. That's really all I need to say. But then you look, you got Mike Evans, you got Leonard Fournette returning, Rob Gronkowski looks like he's back in prime condition. This team doesn't have the weapons it had to start the season, but it simply doesn't need to, because Tom Brady knows how to work with nothing, and he has more than he's had in most seasons of his career. I have full faith in Tom Brady to get this job done. Now we see they add John Brown to the mix, and don't sleep on John Brown, because he may be getting up there in age, but this guy for the Buffalo Bills last year helped them get to the AFC Championship game. So why can't he help the Buccaneers get to another Super Bowl? I believe that Tom Brady will get everybody clicking, everybody on the same page. It's going to be a very smooth, steady ship from now on. Antonio Brown's out of the picture, and everybody's locked and loaded. They all have the same goal in mind. I just don't think that the Philadelphia Eagles have anything that could take the Buccaneers by surprise. They're going to be fully ready to go. Buccaneers should have an easy ride in this one.
Yeah, it's tough because the Eagles, I've been riding them high all season long, and you know, coming from me, that's actually a compliment, because I can't stand the city of Philadelphia. Every feeling I have ever had about the Eagles and the city of Philly has been documented well, and at this point for me to root for the Eagles is definitely not like me, but I truly and honestly like this Eagles team. I think that they personify the underdog mentality. They have been counted out more times than not, and Nick, I told you many weeks before the end of the season, probably back to week 12, maybe even 11. Watch out for the Philadelphia Eagles because they're coming, and they made a statement by getting into the playoffs before the 6th seed did. I mean, honestly, these guys were in the playoffs getting ready to go, and here they are now. The Philadelphia Eagles, they are ready for this matchup. They have trained all season long together for this, and they have just gotten better and better and better over time. Jalen Hurts, he's not going to just outgun Tom Brady. He's not going to pass for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's not who he is. He's very methodical. He's very easy going. He likes to run the plays he likes to run, but he also likes to run with his feet. And I think that is a big thing that you're going to have to see. JPP and Shaq Barrett and Levante David, all these guys, they're going to have to play spy. They're going to have to pay attention to him because he is very, very mobile. When you take a look at the rushing stats for the Eagles, their number 1 rusher this year, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has had 784 yards rushing this season on 139 attempts. That's good for 5.6 yards per carry. That is up there with some of the best running backs in the NFL. You add Miles Sanders into the mix with some RPO action, and you are in for a disaster on the defensive side, especially when you have Devonta Smith and Quez Watkins, Jalen Reagor and company, as long as Reagor's catching the footballs that are thrown to him. I believe that these guys will be able to stretch the field and really open things up for this rushing attack and this RPO attack to really come to fruition. I think it's going to be a huge battle between the front 7 of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the offense of the Philadelphia Eagles. On the opposite side, how do you beat Tom Brady? You get pressure up the middle, and that's where the Philadelphia Eagles thrive, with Fletcher Cox being one of the best defensive tackles we have in football. The man is just an absolute monstrosity in the middle of the defensive line. He has 3.5 sacks on the season, but he's getting double teamed. That opens it up for Javon Hargrave, who has been getting the one-on-ones in the middle of that defensive line. He's got 7.5 sacks, and that doesn't even include Josh Sweat off the edge, who's got another 7.5 sacks. They are going to put this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive line to the test. They are going to put pressure on Tom Brady, and they are going to mask their inefficiencies on the back end of their defense simply by getting pressure in Tom Brady's face, stopping the run, and making Tom Brady and this Buccaneers offense one-dimensional. I think it's going to be a lot closer of a matchup than most people expect. I do expect that the Buccaneers will come out on top, though.
Yeah, it's hard to say that the Philadelphia Eagles would be able to make the Buccaneers one-dimensional, but even if they did, Tom Brady threw for over 5,000 yards. In fact, he led the league in passing yards. So try to take away the pass game, which you won't, but if you do, then you got to deal with Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones, who combined ran for almost 2,000 yards. This is not the team that you're going to just take away their best weapons and then you're going to be fine. They have so many weapons all over the place that there is not one single thing you can do to stop them. You have to do a multitude of things in order to get the job done. And in fact, if the Philadelphia Eagles are going to pull out a miracle, they're going to need the Buccaneers to beat themselves. And that's just simply not going to happen. Because with all these veterans, they've been there, they've done that, they know what to do. This is just routine for them. Wild card, divisional, it doesn't matter. The Buccaneers don't find this as a challenge. This is just a mere step in the road on their way to another Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm not as confident as you are, but the game inside the game, the matchup that I'm most looking forward to, Darius Slay and Mike Evans, I think that is going to tell us a lot about how this game goes. The winner of that matchup will probably dictate exactly what we should expect from the final score. I think if Mike Evans can get the best of Darius Slay in one-on-one coverage, he's going to have an easy day, and Tom Brady will as well. On the other hand, if Darius Slay locks down Mike Evans, which I don't foresee happening, I think then the Buccaneers are in for a very, very tough road. You talked about John Brown, but he's brand new to this offense. He's still learning absolutely everything. Tom Brady's going to have to tell him exactly what the routes are going to be in the huddle. That's not looking good for them right now. So I'll be interested to see this chess match as we see it play out on the football field. All right, well, I want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments down below who you got in this matchup, the Eagles or the Buccaneers. Let us know in the comments down below. All All right, well, that's going to be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.